Hello, I watched 500 Days of Summer the other day, so here are some thoughts I had about it.
I think we should stop seeing each other.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Start from the beginning and tell us what happened.
So I wasn't intending to do a review about this one. I was just watching the film for fun because I was in the mood for an easy watch and this popped into my head, and it's currently available on Disney Plus in the UK. But then as it went on, I started to think about the different feelings I've had about the film and its characters and how those feelings have changed over the years. The film is a romantic comedy from 2009 starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Tom and Zooey Deschanel as Summer. It's a boy meets girl story, but boy doesn't get the girl, and the story follows the messy ups and downs of their time together. There is loads to like about this film. The fact is, it's just really well made. You've got this non-linear narrative structure which is utilised well and offers an air of intrigue and emotional depth for the audience. What we're seeing has already happened, and jumping to different points in time to tell the story does help it feel like a memory, because oftentimes when you are recalling something, especially something that's dynamic and ever-changing like a new relationship, you don't necessarily remember everything chronologically. The script is quite clever and a bit different to your usual rom-com.
In college, they called me perfectly adequate Hanson.
They used to call me anal girl. I was very neat and organized.
It's less predictable, a bit more down to earth and real. A lot of Tom and Summer's relationship does feel authentic, but then you've got these standout fantastical elements to it as well, like when Tom is dancing to work after he and Summer are intimate for the first time. The moments like these add a lot of charm and fun to the film, which nicely balances out the more emotionally charged moments. There's a great soundtrack, it's got great pace, I think our two leads have a lovely chemistry, the editing is effective, and the performances are strong. Something that did make me laugh a bit more this time was how Summer says she loves so many things like the Smiths or pancakes, but she doesn't actually believe in love.
I love the Smiths. I said I love the Smiths.
The main reason I felt like I wanted to talk about this film is to discuss the idea that either Tom or Summer are the villain of the story.
We've been like Sid and Nancy for months now.
We have some disagreements, but I hardly think I'm Sid Vicious.
No, I'm Sid.
Oh, so I'm Nancy.
When I first saw this film, my reaction was that Summer was a bit of a villain for leading Tom on. It's clear that Tom is developing feelings for her, yet she continues their arrangement knowing that she doesn't see a future with him, and that felt a bit mean. Then, when I got a little bit older, I realised, hang on, Summer does clearly say soon after they meet that she's not looking for anything serious, and they have a few conversations where she explains that she doesn't believe in love. She says that it's a fantasy. So actually, it's Tom's fault that he got himself into this situation, that he continued to be romantically involved with a woman who he knew didn't want a committed relationship with him. But now I'm a little bit older again, and watching this film in my mid-30s, I realise neither of them are the villain. They're just two young people navigating adulthood and exploring the world and each other. They've both been shaped by things that happened to them in their childhood, whether it's the films they watched or the breakdown of their parents' marriage. They've still got so much to learn and plenty more experiences to be had. Of course, neither of them are going to be perfect people or always make the right choices. They are just handling this situation in a way that feels right to them at the time. There is one moment where I feel like Summer could have been a bit more transparent with Tom. It's when they're driving to the movies together and he turns to her and says something like, "What are we? What are we doing?" And Summer responds, "I don't know. Does it matter? Who cares?" Something like that anyway. I feel like at that moment Summer could have said something a bit more helpful maybe. Maybe let Tom know, "Oh, we're just good friends," or something, but there's a chance that Summer didn't really truly know either, and she was still figuring out what they were to each other and what he meant to her. So I do think the film is less about deciding who's right or wrong in the situation, and is really just an example of a real life situation where people's feelings and motivations are unclear to themselves and others. It's fine to not really know what you want or what you expect from people, and of course it's a shame if people get hurt along the way, but these things are life lessons that you should be growing from. You come through them more resilient, more sure of what you're looking for in life. Now, if they were both in their 40s, I'd probably find their behaviour a bit more questionable. Anyway, let's take a look at the critical reception for this one. I didn't go into it thinking it was underrated. I feel like most people I know who have seen the film have liked it, but let's take a look anyway. So, over on IMDb, it gets 7.6 out of 10. Then on Rotten Tomatoes, it gets 84% from the audience and the critics give it 86%. That IMDb score might be a bit low for me, but it's not a terrible score. I'm definitely more aligned with the Rotten Tomatoes scores in the mid-80s there. That's roughly what I would give it. Well, that's it from me for now, and I'll be back soon with more thoughts on things that I've watched. Bye!